What's going on, everyone? Dare here, and welcome back to another day of Marvel Snap. I have a quick guide today to kind of walk through the steps for chasing after specific splits on variants that you want, because I don't know if there are people out there that know that you can actually do this. It's gotten a lot easier here in the past couple of months as they've made changes to the bonus boosters section of the shop. So let's go in there and let me show you what I'm talking about. So in this bonus booster section of the shop, you can buy essentially upgrades to specific cards without needing the boosters for them. I think we all know that. So we have 0 boosters here. I need 300 credits, and I could just do that for the credits for this specific Kitty Pryde. The cool thing is that these 3 cards here, Kitty Pryde, Storm, and Ultron, are the 3 cards that always show up for me here. So every 8 hours, I get Kitty Pryde, Storm, and Ultron because I'm chasing after specific splits for these cards. So let's go and let's actually look at how we get to the point of having the same cards, whether it's 3, 1, 2, whatever you want to do in the shop every single time. And this is where the grind begins. So essentially, down to the basics, a card will show up in the shop if it does not have enough boosters to hit the current threshold for an upgrade for that specific variant. So if a card is uncommon, if it has the green border and it has less than 10 boosters, it will show up in the shop. And then you're also asking, but Dare, I mean, there's so many cards with the tons of variants. How does that work out? Is that the highest quality of variant that you have for that specific card that needs an upgrade, you need to have more boosters than what that quality upgrade would need. So for the green border, the uncommon, that requires 10 boosters. But if it was orange, for instance, like this Ant-Man, orange, the legendary border, requires 40 boosters. You have to have more than 40 boosters so that it doesn't show up in the shop. The one thing that you can also do is if you do not have a bunch of variants for cards, if you just have, and let me get to a point where I can actually show this. If you just have an unsplit version of it, you have not split it yet, this will count as well. You don't need to split it and then get 5. You can just leave it here, which, I mean, to be fair, it's whatever you want to do, whatever's easiest. But for me, I've just been farming boosters over the fact for all of my cards to make sure that it's covered anyway. And if you're not sure how to figure out which ones do need that, the easiest way is up here on Upgradable, which I am on PC, but you can do this on mobile as well. Is if you go to Upgradable and then you just flip it upside down, it will actually show you all the cards that still require boosters. It does get a little buggy with this logo, which, I mean, most of them have the little green arrows going up, but some don't. And I think it's because, you know what? Honestly, I don't know why. I don't know what the significance there is, because as you can see, my Mysterio, he is way over the threshold. He can be upgraded, but he doesn't have the graphic. Because, I mean, at this point, the only cards of mine that are not above their threshold on boosters is Ultron, Storm, and Kitty Pryde. And these are the 3 specific variants that I'm chasing splits on. Ultron was my first, this was my first with gold purchase variant. So it has a lot of sentimental value with me. I'm really excited. I want a gold version of him, though this inked one did turn out really cool with the black sparkles. Kitty Pryde is probably one of my favorite ones. I really like this variant of Kitty Pryde. I also am chasing a gold one, so I'm kind of excited for that. But once again, the ink turned out really cool as well. And then I just picked up the Storm because I really like this panned art version of Storm. I think it's a really cool variant of Storm. So I have been actually chasing that. The sad thing is I don't really play a lot of Storm, but it is a variant that I really do like. So it's these 3, and then I'll be moving on to other cards once I am happy with the splits that I get from these 3. So I mean, that's the big thing, is I come over here to the shop every day. It's these 3 cards. I just spend my credits to get the boosters bumped to the next level, and when 8 hours comes around again, I just do it again. I'm going to keep doing that on repeat until I get all the splits and all the cards that I want. I would probably try and utilize like Fogwell's Gym currently right now is a hot location. That is a great way to boost boosters. High Voltage was fantastic. I am still kind of kicking myself in the butt that I didn't do this video while High Voltage was still going on. And essentially the easiest way to do it is get a deck with a bunch of cards that you need boosters for, and just go out there and play modes that don't matter. Deadpool Diner when it's coming up next month and around Thanksgiving, when you've actually already completed everything, is a great way. Just hop in there with a bunch of cards that don't matter. You can do it in Conquest as well. There's a lot of different modes sprinkled around that kind of make this a lot easier. I probably would not recommend doing it like an infinite or rank, because that would honestly, that would just kind of suck. But in high voltage, it didn't matter. I mean, I threw 12 cards in that I kind of wanted to rank up, and then, you know, I won some, I lost some. It was a good time. So that's the easiest way to attempt to do this, because it's kind of daunting, especially if you have a giant library of cards. It probably would be a lot easier for someone, especially if they're early in their career, to kind of start doing this. And the most efficient way to do this as well would be to get all your cards just to uncommon the green border, and then specifically target your 3 cards, because that's the best use of credits to level anyway. So I hope this helps someone out. I know I kind of rambled quite a bit through this, but I was hoping that someone would get something out of this. So I really appreciate it. Hit that thumbs up button if you did enjoy it. Hit that subscribe button to see more of my content, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. See you later.